Hello, loves. How are you doing? It is an absolute jungle out there, so I hope that you are holding up. I did a short video on Instagram. I think I published it on YouTube too last week, just about the energies that have been coming up and kind of my experience with them. This week is so intense. I mean, this whole year and the next couple years are so intense, but this week specifically is so intense. And it's kind of pushing us out of our comfort zones and pushing us into our uniqueness. Now, it's shifted right now, but we have had at the last full moon. What was that full moon in Scorpio? I mean, death and dying, like trial by fire. During that full moon, we had a Mars-Pluto opposition, which was like strong arming. Like Pluto wants us to transform and die by fire, and Mars wants to be in control and take the wheel. And, and then Pluto went retrograde May 4th. And so Pluto was kind of like, haha, I have the upper hand. Mars, you're not going to win and you're not going to be able to be in control. So that's kind of the energy that we've been sitting in. It's not present anymore because they're not in that same aspect anymore. But as I'm recording this today, Mars is in square to Uranus. And let me just double check that. Yeah, Mars is in square to Uranus. Well, Uranus is your freak flag. It's your uniqueness. It's what you are authentically here to do and be. And Mars just wants to be in control and wants to go faster than maybe that uniqueness takes. And so there's this way that there's like a little bit of an inner war happening with our uniqueness coming out. And it's kind of like the tension of the chrysalis around the butterfly, that tension, that push, that tightness is what allows it to push against something and to blossom and to become the butterfly. And that's what we're going through. So today, as I'm recording this, May 20th, the sun just went into Gemini. And the sun is about, who we're here to be. And Gemini is chatty, witty banter. It's the twins, it's ideas, it's information, it's sharing. I call it the everything everywhere all at once archetype. And then on the 24th, we have Saturn moving into Aries, and Saturn is structure. And if you've been following my videos, or if you're in the Wild Moon community, or if you've come to any of the moon ceremonies, you have heard me talk about all these planets moving over the Pisces Aries threshold. We had Venus and Mercury retrograde back and forth together over the Aries Pisces point, which is about review of the feminine voice and bringing the feminine voice into the driver's seat and at the helm of this new world that we are building. And Saturn just went into Aries, or is going to go into Aries on the 24th. So by the time the new moon in Gemini comes on the 26th, which I'm getting ready to record the ceremony for that. So if you want that, get on my newsletter, and I put those in the shop a few days ahead. So you can download those and listen to them. It's like half an hour of an astrology update, and the second half is a group healing session. So it goes way deeper than I do on YouTube. So Saturn goes into Aries on the 24th. The next day on the 25th, Mercury goes into Gemini, and then we have a new moon in Gemini on the 26th. So there's all this Gemini energy getting activated, and this is sharing information, sharing ideas. Mercury is already the ruler of Gemini. It's where it wants to be anyways, and so it's really expansive there. And Saturn moving into Aries is that last planet of these planets that have been moving from Pisces into Aries that is the start of the new Earth, the new world that we are all building. And later in July, Neptune and Saturn are going to retrograde back and forth over that Aries Pisces point again, signifying a whole review of that. And we're in a Pluto retrograde right now. So we're in deep transformation and review of where it is that we're going in an Aquarian energy. So like I said, I'm getting ready to record the new moon in Gemini, which is what I actually sat down to do. And then I started getting activated so much myself because over the last, I mean, my God, the entire 7-8 years of my spiritual healing practice, like the whole thing, I've been getting, activated and in the compost pile over and over and over again and getting transformed. But even more so over the last year, and even more so at the beginning of this year. And there's this way, like speaking of my own uniqueness, there's this way that I have so much dynamicism, if that's even a word, in me and in my business. I offer so many different modalities and they all weave together and kind of make their own thing. And, it's something that I struggled with when I was a kid, like feeling like I was too much. And now I realize, oh no, my too muchness is exactly the right size. And this is what I'm here to bring through. And I'm supposed to weave all these things together and, make something new. And that's in my astrology. It's in my human design. It's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here. But it's been really challenging to bring through messages here because I'm in the fire of that transformation myself. Like all the transformation that we're all going through, I'm going through it too. And what I have learned is that you cannot transform on stage. You have to go into the fertile dark, be with the mother, and feel what she wants you to feel. And you have to let those parts of you that are like ego and how you look and all these things die and be reborn. So it's so interesting because I was like, I feel myself transforming and I feel the potency of my work coming through in a public way, just amplifying. Like the whole fire is just getting ready to light and I'm just going to go and I'm going to stop getting in my own way and keeping myself small and not getting my offerings out to the people that need to have them. And I have just published an energy medicine and the chakras course on Insight Timer. They usually take about a week to publish. I have many other classes over there. I have a 3-part astrology series. I have a Plan Your Week with the Planets course. I have several chanting classes. I just hit 2,000 students in my 40-day Learn to Chant course. I can't even believe it. I'm so grateful for that. And people are having massive transformations over there and deeply sharing like personal transformations that they're having in the classroom. It's just so amazing. You can find all those things on my website, doublemagenta.com. You can find it. I'll put a link and stuff down below this video. It's in my link tree on Instagram. It's in all the places. But it's just been so challenging as an entrepreneur even. And, I'm Virgo sun, like the details, I get into all of that. But it's been really challenging to learn how to package all of my stuff and bring it through because it's all related. I see how it's all related and I know that it's all supposed to be there, but I've been going through that transformation. So I know my entrepreneur friends, people that are listening, you know what I'm talking about. And it's been very, very challenging in the world of interwebs and being on the public stage and Instagram, social media, all the places to be your authentic, unique self and not get swayed by what everyone else is doing. And at some point, I am going to teach an entrepreneurial mentorship around this because there is so much that's talked about, the funnels and the logistics and all that stuff. I don't care about any of that. The emotional part of your business as an entrepreneur to me is the most important part because if you are called to be an entrepreneur, you are going to go through a fire of transformation like you have never seen. And that is more important to me than any of it. Even all the modalities that I offer, astrology, all the different energy healing modalities that I offer. I teach intuitive collage twice a month. Inside of the Wild Moon community, if you want to become a member of that, it includes both of the moon ceremonies every month, and there's an online group. You can join all of those a la carte too. But my point is, every single one of the modalities that I offer, I don't even care about the modality. This is why I'm not one of those people, astrologer that just talks about astrology. And I don't just talk about energy healing. And I don't just talk about art and collage, which is going to come to my YouTube channel. I absolutely feel that I need to bring that because it's one of the tools that I use in my own transformation, my own spiritual practice and journey. And I desire to teach it to other people. But it is so challenging to figure out how to bring all these things together, to be in my own unique flame and fire and to offer all of that and then also somehow not get thrown off by everything you see that everybody else is doing, and how do I fit in? And the point is, we're not meant to fit in. That's what I'm figuring out. We are not meant to fit in. We are here to be our own authentic, unique self. And, as I'm saying that, I'm looking at the chart for the new moon in Gemini, and Uranus is at the end degrees of Taurus, which is about finding our uniqueness in our worth and value, that our worth and value are inside of our uniqueness. That is the gold that we have been mining for, and it is going to go into Gemini soon. And let me see if I even do I know when that is? Okay. Uranus goes into Gemini July 7th. So it's going to be right before, actually synchronistic to when Saturn and Neptune are going to retrograde over that Aries Pisces point. So that's going to be all about Uranus coming out and our uniqueness, like coming out, our freak flag just coming out, and we cannot stop it anymore in Gemini, because Gemini has to share everything that they do. Whenever I see somebody with an MC in Gemini, I'm like, you're going to have multiple businesses. That's just all I can tell you. You're going to have so many things to do because Mercury is everything everywhere all at once. And, it's the lower octave of Aquarius, and Pluto is in Aquarius, and that's the humanitarian. That's where we're going, is we have to take our uniqueness, we have to share it with others, and then we have to broadcast it out onto the world stage. Not because we're important, but because our message needs to get in the hands of the people that it is meant for. And let me tell you, you are not here for everybody. I am not here for everybody. If you don't resonate with what I'm saying, get the hell off my channel. Like, literally leave. You're not supposed to be here. We are supposed to be drawn to whoever we are drawn to, and to disconnect from people that we are not. So I fully invite you to leave if this is not a message for you. And also, we have to put our message out there so that people that are here for it can find us. That's literally what it is. And so even my own uniqueness today, as I'm sitting down to audio record my new moon in Gemini, I got activated with this message that was like, oh no, I'm going to do an audio message for YouTube. This is going to be my own unique way of how I'm going to express it today. Because sometimes sitting in front of the camera is not where it's at. Like, I don't want to sit in front of the camera. Sometimes I don't want to take the time to set all of that up, and honestly, looking at the camera sometimes takes me out of my channel. It takes me out of my message. And, I have several teachers that I follow, honestly, that do audio messages all the time, and they're beautiful. And I'm so grateful for them. And half the time when I'm watching YouTube videos, I don't look at the person anyways. There's no need for it. I don't need to see what they're doing. I'm just there for their message. So, I just decided, hey, I'm just going to let my own freak flag fly, and I'm going to give you this message today in a completely different, organic way. And, I'm starting to change my business, not model, but like the buckets of things that I'm offering: astrology, healing, and art. Because those are the three modalities that I use to transform myself and my clients. That's what I think is just the most potent of all times. If you think that you're not an artist, come to Intuitive Collage sometime. They're always around the new and full moon. They're on my website under events. The next one is the 30th of May. It's at 2:00 Pacific. It is the most transformative process because you are creating a collage. You're making it obviously from scratch, but we tune in. I do guided meditation along the way. And you are creating a collage that is literally an oracle card or an oracle collage, you could call it, that is an answer to the questions, that is an answer to the thing that you are struggling with. So it doesn't matter about being an artist. Art is just the medium. It's just the modality. What shows up for you as an answer from spirit and what shows up on the page is the answer for you to receive. And it is so amazing. We do that on Zoom. And it's just, all you need is magazines, scissors, glue stick, and paper and markers. Like, literally, that's it. There's a list of all the tools that you need. It's 11 bucks. It's so cheap. And it's just, I've been doing all these things, but I don't talk about them as much because honestly, the way that I work is like I'm in the fire of my creativity and I'm doing the thing, and it's often jarring to stop and then, send out a message that I'm doing it. And that's why it's totally the best thing for you if you want to be connected to my work to get on my newsletter, because that's where I'll at least announce that I have new classes or, obviously following my YouTube channel too, I'll leave messages here. But if this works for people, like also let me know how you like this format, if the audio like works for you. And, but I'm also going to give you the caveat that I'm going to do what I want to do. But it's also nice to hear how it's received by people, because I feel like it's easier. Like the way that I'm bringing this through right now, it feels like I'm just having a conversation with you. And that I value way more than sitting in front of a camera and trying to like make it look nice or, just doing all of that. I don't care about any of that. I care about the messages. I care about connection. I care about my own transformation and supporting other people with their transformation through the myriad of modalities that I offer, which are a lot. And yeah, get on Insight Timer, tons of classes, yoga nidras, chants, the whole thing is there as well. So anyways, I'm going to end here and move on to my new moon in Gemini recording for my membership. But, I just wanted to basically for myself even try this modality. And I kind of had thought about it before, but I got a new computer and iMovie was not a thing anymore. And I was like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to edit these? And all of a sudden I look today and it's there. And I'm like, did I overlook it? Did they bring it back? I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to try this and you let me know how it is received or how this feels for you to get these kind of updates. And also I reserve the right to do whatever I want because it's my business. I will do what I want. And I encourage you to do the same. If you have a business or in your personal life, I encourage you to do the same because that's what you're here to do. You're not here to mimic and do what everybody else is doing. It's so boring. That is so 1980s. I don't even know what to say. That whole paradigm is dying. That whole paradigm of mimic and doing it the way everybody else does it is dying. And honestly, I have felt like I've been waiting for a whole new platform so that I could do the work in the dynamic way that I want to do and include all of it. And I haven't found it yet. So I've built it on my website. I have private groups for all my classes. I have private groups on there for my Wild Moon community. I have a private group on there for Young Living, which I hardly use, but I will if people come there and want it, just to post what's going on with Young Living for the month and oils that are for sale and all the good stuff. And I'm getting ready to write an essential oils class on Insight Timer too. So bringing in the healing properties of not all of them because there's too many, but many of them. So anyway, I love you. I hope you're doing well. It's absolute chaos. Take regular breaks to breathe, do chanting practice, meditation, pranayama, whatever it is that you need, and connect with like-minded people so that you can feel like you're not alone in this crazy transformation. Because especially if the message that I'm giving you here resonates with you, then you are part of the new paradigm. I'm just telling you that. Like, if you don't resonate with this, you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's fine. But the people that do need to hear more voices like this. We all need our unique voice to come out so that we can know that we're not alone and that we can transform in the unique way that we are here to do. So anyway, all right. I love you. I will see you where I see you, and take care.